Hi, I'm Alex, one half of the Sober Experiment.
And I'm Lisa, the other half. Hello.
I had a bit of a bop around on my bed then, did you see? So, right, we've just had a tapping session with Jules Vandermaat and Katie Walker, who are EFT practitioners, which stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. They're practitioners, otherwise known as tapping. Now,
yes,
you know, I'm really sciencey and have to have all the facts and figures and everything and the detail. Lisa just wants to know what she's doing and gets on with it. Lisa?
Yeah.
And so Jules contacted us and talked to us a bit about tapping. I was going like, oh my God, this is a bit woo-woo. And Lisa was saying, no, it's not. And then we decided to do it. So watched a bit of information, read a bit of information and so on. And after a very short introduction last week, Jules and Katie offered us a session that we could share with you. And we decided that Lisa was going to tap on a craving, so to remove a craving, which was on...
Yeah, it was on chocolate.
And I was going to tap on a deep held emotion at the shallow end though. Now we all know my emotions can be like, wah. So it's supposed to be at the shallow end, something to do with my anxiety, I thought. Anyway, you take over now, because what just happened?
Well, we kind of started off, didn't we? And we were going through my craving for chocolate. Turns out I don't even have a craving. I have deep emotions. And Alex is the one with craving. She still has deep emotions, but you actually have, and I don't know why we didn't think of this, you have a genuine coffee craving.
Addiction, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's an addiction. It definitely is. And I think what's brilliant about this session that you're going to hear in a minute is it can absolutely be done for craving wine. So you can literally just replace the word coffee with wine, can't you? So if you're in the early days of sobriety and you are getting them cravings for alcohol, I think this is going to absolutely help anybody that is doing, because we're quite lucky now. We're, you know, you're over a year, I'm just coming up to 2 years. We genuinely, and this will give you hope if you're listening, we don't get a craving for alcohol anymore. We think about it, we think of times when we might have had it, but we actually don't get a craving, whereas we now think, and we discuss this in some of our workplace presentations, don't we, about addiction transfer. So Alex has definitely transferred her addiction of alcohol to coffee. So it's really interesting, and I think, yeah,
I think you'll enjoy it. So we won't tell you what happens, but we didn't do the original session we was going to do. We actually stopped it and started again because Lisa's really complicated.
I am complicated. This is all just like it's just bullshit.
Well, on that note, please enjoy. Hi, Jules. Hi, Katie. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us, Alex and Lisa.
Hi, Lisa. So if you wouldn't mind just telling everybody a little bit about what tapping is and what you do and how you found it, that would be really helpful before we start.
Sure. Katie, you want to introduce yourself first?
Sure. I'm Katie Walker, an Advanced Certified EFT Practitioner, and I have a business in Perth, Western Australia, but obviously can do everything online as we're doing right now. And I'm joined by my colleague and friend.
Yeah, hi, I'm Jules Vandermaat, and I am an Advanced Certified EFT Practitioner, and I'm also a social worker and a trauma therapist, and I work out of Coffs Harbour in Australia, but with people all over the world online, as we are with you ladies. And I had the idea to contact you guys to introduce EFT because I was listening to a podcast you were doing with Lotta Dan, actually, who wrote the 1 o'clock myth. And I heard you all talking about cravings and about kind of bad moods and, you know, feeling lots of emotional stuff in the sober period, but also in the not sober period and just as women and humans. And I was thinking, wow, I'd really love to tell these people about tapping because it's just so useful to us human beings. So EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques, and what it is an evidence-based stress reduction tool. So we are both very highly trained practitioners. And when you do EFT with a highly trained practitioner, you can achieve what we call precise neural change. So you can actually change the way you think, and that can change the way you feel and the way that you behave. But the really amazing thing about EFT, and the reason we wanted to share it, is it can also be a really good self-help tool. Yeah. So just by learning where the points are and how to just say a brief negative statement, people can bring themselves relief. So you can just be, you know, even though I'm feeling angry, thinking about accept myself and how I feel, and then just tapping through the points. So we're just sending a little calming signal to the amygdala when we're tapping on these acupressure points and saying a negative statement. And it basically just lowers the stress down in the body. It lowers cortisol, which is a stress hormone. Yeah, so it's simple, it's easy to use, it's effective, it's natural, it's gentle, it's safe, drug-free, and it's empowering because people can do it for themselves to bring relief.
And there's loads of evidence that it actually works, scientific evidence, which, you know, you can send me some information which has convinced me.
Yeah, and I'll just share, this is a good little book if you wanted to know more about the science behind tapping or EFT. This is a good one written by Dr. Peter Stapleton. So yeah, lots of evidence as well.
This suits us perfectly, doesn't it, Alex? Because I'm kind of like, just tell me and I'll do it. I don't need to know the ins and outs of it. If it makes me feel better, that is fine. Whereas, Alex, you really need to know the ins and outs, don't you, and the facts. And I know you was reading about it.
Did you get to watch the video that we sent through, Alex?
Yeah, I watched the big video, the 30 minutes.
Oh, good. Yeah,
and I you know, I loved the information and the fact that it was used to treat, you know, even like psoriasis, stress. I liked all the information on the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. That's right up my street.
That's your thing.
Yeah, so for me,
it can be used for just a myriad of things. But I mean, for your audience, I think it's a really important tool that can actually help going through those moments of just like, give me a drink, if that's where they're at, or at the end of the day, their normal triggers to make them drink. Having this at their fingertips, and it's literally at your fingertips, because as Jules said, you're using energy points and meridian points on your body to tap through those negative feelings. So it's a very empowering thing, because you can pull it out anywhere you are. It's not like you have to call your therapist and say, I need to block in an hour. So it's really, really important.
I tap in the car all the time.
Yeah.
Tap in the car, tap on the loo.
You never know, do you, when these cravings are going to arise. So to have that at your fingertips, I think is just amazing, and I can't wait for people to hear more about it.
And it's true, isn't it, Lisa, that it's not only about alcohol, because I mean, like you and I probably don't crave alcohol anymore, but both of us have got, I really think mine's an addiction transfer. I am addicted to coffee, for example. And we hear this a lot, you know, where people say, well, I'm over the alcohol, but now I just want to eat cake, you know. It's quite common. Or I'm over the alcohol, now I want to stop smoking. And there's just so many applications, because it's common. Addiction transfer is really common when you stop one thing.
Yeah,
I
went straight to chocolate and ice cream for me.
I think
I tapped on chocolate and ice cream.
Do today is Alex, you are really, really bad for coffee, like you said, but I'm hoping that not only can we cure her of this of coffee, but the how she acts if she's not had a coffee. Can we get rid of that? Because I can work with her.
Well, we can eventually chat with you, Lisa, just in terms of how that makes you feel when Lisa's losing HIT.
Fantastic.
You know what? You should actually tap with Lisa about how I make her feel, because sometimes and she is infuriated with me because she knows it, and I'm one of these people, because I have anxiety, I have to get my side out, even though I know she knows it, and it drives her mad.
She tells me every detail. She'll say, we need to do this because, and I think, oh, why did she say because? Because then she's got to tell me the ins and the outs. I'm like, just tell me we need to do it. I don't care about anything.
Okay.
Because
there's so much scope for tapping here, Katie. So much scope for tapping with these too. Let's start with the coffee, shall we?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, so Oh, and they've got the mug there as well. All right, so basically we always start on this point here, and you can tap as well, Lisa, if you like. So this is called the side of the hand point. And the first thing we're going to do when we're tapping on anything is start tapping here usually. And we decide usually we decide what the emotion is. We rate it out of 10. We ask ourselves, where are we feeling that in the body? And we get quite specific about it. But with the craving, so what we do, so do you feel like you're craving a cup of coffee now, Alex?
Every minute. I always
Permanently?
I have another one.
Okay, so tell me, so let's just zoom in on this. So I want you to really think about how much you're craving a cup of coffee now and see, can you rate that out of 10 for me? 10 being the max.
Well, I've had 2 this morning already, so I would say 8. It never goes lower than an 8. I always want one, even if I want the next one.
Okay. And what do you feel like coffee gives you in terms of an emotion or a feeling?
It's here. Here I get like this. Now I've got it. It's like it's a tightness, but it's kind of an exciting tightness in my chest. My breathing quickens when I think it's ridiculous. Yeah, my breathing speeds up when I think about it. Look, I've got giddy thinking about it. I think I get happy.
I really love that coffee.
I love it.
So your breathing quickens when I think, what do you like about the smell?
I just love the fact that it's like, that's what I'm going to taste. I love the smell because I know I'm going to taste it. It has to have cream in it. Like any coffee, and it has to be proper coffee, not instant coffee. Like I could have a black coffee on the side and not crave it. It has to have double cream in it.
Double cream.
The right temperature. I drink it really quickly. I just gulp it down in about 4 gulps. I just love it. I love
All right. Anything else positive to tell me about it?
Loads. Like I love how smooth it tastes and like how warm it is. I love holding it. I like to hold my cup like this. I just love the huggy feeling it gives me and the smell of it. Like, I just love it. It just gets me so excited.
Okay. And anything else in the body apart from that tightness, that exciting tight feeling in the chest?
No, but once I'm tasting it, I love the fact that I'm tasting it. My mouth waters and
okay. Is your mouth watering now or not yet?
Yeah.
It is watering now?
Yeah, at the back a little bit.
Okay. All right, let's get going. All right, so everybody tap along. You can get some benefit for your own craving just tapping along. So just repeat after me. Even though I'm really craving another coffee.
Even though I'm really craving another coffee.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
I just absolutely love it.
I just absolutely love it.
I love how smooth it tastes.
I love how smooth it tastes.
I love the warmth of it.
I love the warmth of it.
I love holding the cup, like a huggy feeling of the cup.
I love holding the cup and the huggy feeling of the cup.
And I just love the smell and the taste of it.
And I just love the smell and the taste of it.
My breathing quickens when I just think about having the coffee.
My breathing quickens when I just think about having the coffee.
And I've got this exciting tightness in my chest.
And I've got this exciting tightness in my chest.
But I accept myself and how I feel.
But I accept myself and how I feel.
Even though I'm really craving another coffee.
Even though I'm really craving another coffee.
It's like 8 out of 10.
It's like 8 out of 10.
I absolutely love it.
I absolutely love it.
It's so smooth and warm.
It's so smooth and warm.
I love the smell and the taste.
I love the smell and the taste.
Proper coffee with double cream.
Proper coffee with double cream.
I love holding the mug. It's like a huggy feeling.
I love holding the mug. It's like a huggy feeling.
And my breathing quickens just thinking about having a coffee.
And my breathing quickens just thinking about having the coffee.
And I feel this exciting tight feeling in my chest
And I feel this exciting, tight feeling in my chest.
But I accept myself and how I feel.
But I accept myself and how I feel.
Even though I'm really craving another coffee.
Even though I'm really craving another coffee.
Like 8 out of 10.
Like 8 out of 10.
I absolutely love my coffee.
I absolutely love my coffee.
I love how it's smooth and warm.
I love how it's smooth and warm.
The taste and the smell of it.
The taste and the smell of it.
Proper coffee with double cream.
Proper coffee with double cream.
And I love the huggy feeling when I'm holding the mug.
And I love the huggy feeling when I'm holding the mug.
My breathing quickens when I'm just thinking about having another coffee.
My breathing quickens when I'm just thinking about having another coffee.
And I've got this exciting tightness in my chest.
And I've got this exciting tightness in my chest.
But I accept myself and how I feel.
But I accept myself and how I feel.
Okay, tapping on the top of the head. I'm really craving a coffee.
I'm really craving a coffee.
It's like 8 out of 10.
It's like 8 out of 10.
I love the smell and taste of coffee.
I love the smell and taste of coffee.
I absolutely love coffee.
I absolutely love coffee.
I love holding the mug.
I love holding the mug.
It's like a huggy feeling I get from the mug.
It's like a huggy feeling that I get from the mug.
Coffee's so warm and smooth.
Coffee's so warm and smooth.
I love real coffee with double cream.
I love real coffee with double cream.
My mouth is watering just thinking about having coffee.
My mouth is watering just thinking about having coffee.
My breathing quickens just thinking about having another coffee.
My breathing quickens just thinking about having another coffee.
And I've got this exciting tight feeling in my chest.
And I've got this exciting tight feeling in my chest.
I absolutely love coffee.
I absolutely love coffee.
I've got this exciting tight feeling in my chest.
I've got this exciting tight feeling in my chest.
My breathing quickens just thinking about coffee.
My breathing quickens just thinking about coffee.
My mouth is watering just thinking about having another coffee.
My mouth is watering just thinking about having another coffee.
I love holding the mug. It's so warm and smooth.
I love holding the mug. It's so warm and smooth.
Absolutely love my coffee.
Absolutely love my coffee.
Proper coffee with double cream.
Proper coffee with double cream.
Okay, come back to the side of the hand. Just do a little scan and tell me what you notice in terms of what's happening in the body or thoughts or...
Well, it's dead easy actually, because I'll be honest, as soon as I start, well, not as soon as, but into the first time of tapping my hand,
yeah,
this went. This tight feeling went, and I don't know if you can see it, but I don't feel as excited.
there you go.
I genuinely don't feel as excited. I feel like I've been brought down.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, I would still drink one, but I'm not. I wouldn't kill someone for it at the moment.
Okay. So, what would you, with those things happening? So, is the mouth still watering?
Yeah, my mouth's still watering a little bit. I can't picture the smell right now, even though I could before.
Yeah.
The smell.
What's
that excitement's gone altogether.
okay, so you don't have the tight feeling in your chest?
No, definitely no tight feeling in my chest. Everything's halved, I would say. I reckon I'm on about a 4.
Okay. The craving feels like a 4, does it? Do you mean?
Well,
like the like, I really want to have one. I'm just.
Well, I'm not over bothered. No, maybe even less. I don't feel like I need. I need it. The need has gone.
Okay.
It's a need for me normally. I'm like, oh, I need one, and then I get excited about it. I'm not very excited about it at all. It's just
okay.
I could drink.
And what of all the things we were saying? of all the things we were saying, now which ones are the most appealing? Like the smoothness, the warmness, the smell, the taste, the huggy feeling of the mug.
Yeah, it's just that. It's the act of that. It's the act.
The act of holding the mug.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does that feel like?
That still feels really nice and comforting.
Okay.
The fact that I used to hug a glass of wine, to be fair.
Yeah, true, right? That's the addiction transfer, like you were saying. All right. Even though I'm still craving a coffee.
Even though I'm still craving a coffee.
It's like a 4 out of 10 now.
It's like a 4 out of 10 now.
My mouth is still watering.
My mouth is still watering.
But I feel like the excitement's gone.
But I feel like the excitement's gone.
I don't feel like I need a coffee.
I don't feel like I need a coffee.
And I'm definitely not as excited as I was.
And I'm definitely not as excited as I was.
But I do love that act of holding the mug.
But I do love the act of holding the mug.
It's like a huggy feeling I get.
It's like a huggy feeling I get.
It's nice and comforting.
It's nice and comforting.
And I accept myself and how I feel.
And I accept myself and how I feel.
Even though I'm still craving a coffee.
Even though I'm still craving a coffee.
It's about 4 out of 10.
It's about 4 out of 10.
I don't feel like I need one now.
I don't feel like I need one now.
I wouldn't kill someone to get one now.
I wouldn't kill someone to get one now.
I'd still have one.
I'd still have one.
But it feels like the excitement's gone.
But it feels like the excitement's gone.
My mouth is still watering.
My mouth is still watering.
But that feeling in my chest is halved.
But that feeling in my chest is halved.
And I'm thinking how I like the act of holding the mug.
And I'm thinking about how I like the act of holding the mug.
It's that huggy feeling.
It's that huggy feeling.
It's warm and nice and comforting.
It's warm and nice and comforting.
And I accept myself and how I feel.
And I accept myself and how I feel.
Even though I'm still craving a coffee.
Even though I'm still craving a coffee.
About 4 out of 10.
About 4 out of 10.
It all feels like it's been kind of brought down now.
It all feels like it's been kind of brought down now.
I don't feel as excited.
I don't feel as excited.
And the tight feeling in my chest just went.
And the tight feeling in my chest just went.
I could still have a coffee.
I could still have a coffee.
But I'm thinking it's the act of holding the mug that I really love.
But I'm thinking it's the act of holding the mug that I really love.
It's a warm, huggy feeling I get.
It's a warm, huggy feeling I get.
It's nice and comforting.
It's nice and comforting.
And my mouth's still watering a little bit.
And my mouth's still watering a little bit.
I'd still have a coffee.
I'd still have a coffee.
But the excitement's gone.
But the excitement's gone.
And I accept myself and how I feel.
And I accept myself and how I feel.
I'm still craving a coffee.
I'm still craving a coffee.
It's about 4 out of 10.
It's about 4 out of 10.
But I don't feel as excited as I was.
I don't feel as excited as I was.
It feels like it's all been kind of brought down.
It feels like it's all kind of being brought down.
That tight feeling in my chest just went.
The tight feeling in my chest just went.
My mouth is still watering.
My mouth is still watering.
I still would have a coffee.
I still would have a coffee.
But I don't feel like I need a coffee.
But I don't feel like I need a coffee.
And I'm definitely not as excited as I was.
And I'm definitely not as excited as I was.
And I'm thinking it seems like it's the act of holding the mug.
And I'm thinking it seems like it's just the act of holding the mug.
It's the huggy feeling I get from the warm mug.
It's the huggy feeling I get from the warm mug.
It's really nice and comforting the way I hug the mug.
It's really nice and comforting the way I hug the mug.
I would still have a coffee.
I would still have a coffee.
My mouth is still watering a little bit.
My mouth is still watering a little bit.
But the tight feeling in the chest is really probably halved.
But the tight feeling in my chest is really probably halved.
Feels like it's all been brought down a lot.
It feels like it's all been brought down a lot.
I don't need a coffee.
I don't need a coffee.
But I would probably still have one.
But I would probably still have one.
Okay, let's come back to the side of the hand. Have a little drink of water if you've got one.
I don't have one with me, but
We didn't advise them about water. It's good to drink lots of water while you're tapping.
okay.
Good on you,
I normally
Lisa.
do bring one. I normally do have one.
All right, Alex, so just do a little scan for me. Let me know what you notice in your body, your mind, your thoughts when you think about having a coffee now.
I don't really feel anything, if I'm honest. I think it's gone. I like this. This is my favourite place.
That's your point, is it?
Yeah, and that's stopped my mouth watering. When I do that.
True. Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I don't think I'm bothered, which is weird. I feel quite strange about it. Yeah, it's gone. Genuinely
So
gone.
0?
Yeah.
So if I made you a proper coffee with double cream and I put it right in front of you, like just really imagine, really think about the smell and the taste.
I wouldn't. No, I'm not getting that. I'm honest to God, I'm not getting that. I'm really shocked. This is what I need to do.
Can I ask a question? Is that the mug that you've got behind you? Does it have any remnants of coffee?
Yeah.
Have a smell.
No, I'm not getting I'm not even getting a watery mouth.
Okay.
It's
so
gone.
is this?
I'm actually really shocked. Genuinely, it's gone.
0 to 10. Are we talking a 0, a 1, a 2?
0.
How much do you want to have one?
0. I'm not bothered.
A 0.
Yeah,
Anything in the body at all?
No. No
If
time.
Sam brought you a freshly made cup of coffee now, like he just made it, he'd open the packet fresh, where you can smell it all like, and then he made it and you could hear the percolator going, and then the cream pouring and then the coffee, and then he brought it up and
Double
said,
cream.
"Here, Alex, would you have it?"
Yeah, there's a difference between would I and do I'm a craving for it though. I would have it because it's there, but I don't feel any need to have it.
So your usual, as you said, you're kind of once you finish that the coffee, and you're on for your next one. So
It's immediate. It's immediate.
Yeah.
It's like I have got one in my hand all day, and to the point where if I'm out driving and I know I'm going home, I'm getting excited that I'm making my coffee.
How many would you have in a day?
15, 20.
Can I just mention, you know how you said you had anxiety?
Anxiety.
I already know.
I have told this.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
I'm hereby offering you a free session that, that would definitely be.
It is because of that. But the other day, when we were doing our sober sessions, Alex came round in the morning and she left me with a full jug of coffee because they had to go. So I ended up drinking it, and I never drink that much. And by the time we had our sober sessions, I had palpitations. I was fidgety, I was anxious. Yeah. So I say this to her, and I think she's just so used to drinking it. She's not putting the two and two.
I have it. I mean, last night I went to bed at maybe 11:30, and I had a coffee in my hand at 15:15.
Yeah, that used to always shock me. Okay. When we used to go out for a night out, when we were drinking, we would come home and she'd go, "I've made you a coffee," and I'm like, "But I'm going to sleep. Nobody has coffee before they go to sleep."
Alex,
it's always been there, but it is worse since I stopped drinking. 100%. I don't even get affected by the actual coffee itself, or no more than I think. That's built all the time.
Well, your body would, So the test when we do a craving, the test is always, can you chuck it out? So say if we tap on a chocolate, and then the person will come down, they'll be like, "I actually don't feel like eating this," and then we go, "Can you put it in the bin?" They'll be like, "Oh, I can't put it in the bin." Or sometimes, like we were tapping with a lady who had a big glass of red wine the other day. And she was like, "I'm just going to get up and pour it down the sink," and she did. So if you had a cup of coffee now,
I could pour.
And it was exactly the way you like it, like the
Yeah.
same warmth, strength, double cream.
Yeah.
Like imagine your hands around the mug. Would you be able
Yeah.
to pour it down the sink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not promising that I won't make another one at some point today. But in the moment right now,
Yeah.
I feel I don't want one. I could get rid of.
So if that was gagging for a wine, you'd be 8 out of 10 down to I don't want one at all, right? That's the whole purpose of this exercise.
Yeah,
right?
I'd like to think they'd be exactly the same on that craving. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, as you said, Jules,
And
maybe another go round with a wine, because I think it's like, well, I think it's a lot more.
oh look, you'd be surprised that there could have been a lot more behind that coffee that you didn't know about, right?
Yeah.
But
Well,
anyway,
I think
the
there
point
is.
is, if I was going to do a private session with you, we would construct a little goal. So how many, like you'd want to safely drop down that many coffees.
I need to get to 3. I've been told. I need to go down to 3 and they have to be before 2 p.m. I shouldn't be having them after 2 p.m. I've been told this.
Yeah.
A few
well, look,
times.
you know what? We're going to work with you on this in an ongoing fashion, Alex.
Yes.
And you can report back to the audience how the old coffee addiction's going. You'll be able to check out Lisa that
it would be really interesting to see, especially the anxiety side of it. I think it would be really good. Can I just ask you something? You know, what I find really difficult with tapping, and I'm just conscious that other people might do, I have spent so much of my life doing positive affirmations and believing what I put out there is what I get, and I've got affirmations on my mirror, I've got them everywhere. So for me, it seems really abnormal to be talking and saying I want a coffee, because I feel, and it might be just in my mind, that, well, I want a coffee now because I've been saying I want a coffee because that's what I've taught myself. Does that make sense? So how does that work?
Do you want me to? Well, basically,
you're going to give I thought you were going to give the analogy from the Louise Hay, which is a very insightful, I guess, how to show it, because Louise Hay being the affirmation queen.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
And she had a interview with Nick Ortner, who is the Tapping Solutions founder. And I don't want to take your limelight there, Jules, but so essentially she was working on a childhood trauma. Is that right?
Yeah, she was sexually abused as a kid. Yeah, and that's like my special area. And that's how I came across tapping. I was watching it on Facebook. I swiped by 17 times and then I thought, maybe I need to actually watch this. And Nick Ortner was interviewing Louise Hay, and he was doing some tapping with her around some of the stuff to do with her childhood sexual abuse. And she had this massive shift in the emotion. And that's how I got onto it. But so the thing is, because people do think, how can this be good that you're saying the negative, that you keep on saying the negative? Aren't we trying to not say the negative? But tapping works by, so we call it exposure therapy. So we're making you really focus on the negative. And when we're doing that and tapping at the same time, basically it's turning that response down in the brain and the body. So instead of oscillating
between the negative, even though I'm feeling this negative feeling, I'm accepting myself anyway.
Right.
Even though,
this is where it's at.
It's just how it is.
True for me.
Isn't it? Isn't it something to do as well that with the electrical signals in the brain that's generated?
Oh, absolutely. It's sort of deactivating it.
Rewiring.
Yeah, so it's rewiring your subconscious. Is that right?
Yeah.
The brain. Well, it's rewiring the neural pathways in the brain. So you've had this really long-held belief that I'm addicted to coffee. I love coffee. I adore coffee. I love everything about it. I have 15 cups a day. I can't live without coffee. I need my coffee. So if you think about neural pathways firing together and wiring together, your wine addiction became the coffee addiction. And basically when we tap, it's like the neural pathways start to kind of just prune apart.
Right.
So now it's like, well, I'd still have a coffee because it's there and that's my habit, but it's not like this. I've got to have a coffee. I've got to have a coffee. It's like, no, I could actually, I don't really need one. Like, I don't feel anything in my body. I don't have the excitement. So those neural pathways can actually.
And I guess the other analogy, which is a good one, is if you got a piece of glass in your hand, you're not going to go will it out through positive affirmation. you're going to get that bit of glass out and you're going to deal with it. So the bit of glass being the negative emotion, and then you can soothe it out with the positive stuff. So once you clear out the negative, you can then put
the
the
body
positive.
heals. The body is very intelligent, and it just knows how to sort itself out once you remove
out
the
the stuff.
disruption. Yeah.
And that's what it really is. It's
but that's a really good point,
negative.
Lisa, because a lot of people have trouble with that. The focus on the negative. How can this work? Like, I'm saying the things I don't want to feel.
Yeah.
That is actually how it works. So when you do that and tap on a point at the same time, it's actually turning down that thought or feeling in the brain and the body.
So like, even when Ali's saying, I really want a coffee, because in my mind, I'd be like, I really want one, because I'm saying I really want one. So whereas if you're saying I really want one, but you're tapping, that's turning that one down. And I like
really
that.
Want
I'm a visual learner, so I really like that explanation. Yeah.
Yeah. So she really wanted one 8 out of 10, and then she wants one now 0 out of 10. So we've turned down that thought and that feeling.
I don't know how long it'll last, but I'd
be curious, maybe do a little journal in terms of over the next couple of days, just notice and be aware of, are you doing it out of habit or do you really want one? So kind of work out whether it's that, oh my gosh, or it's just because it's there.
I think it comes out of boredom as well, because obviously when I was at work before the lockdown, I wouldn't have time for coffee, so I go to as well. So it gets worse in times where I'm bored, or in times where I'm not at work, it gets worse. And then I told by my personal trainer, this has to stop, Alex. And I go,
maybe a cheeky little substitute of water, or
I drink that as well.
Okay.
I drink that as well. I'm actually, overall, I'm healthy. It is my massive vice.
Copy.
So if you get a huge coffee craving and you can't remember what to do, just start tapping on a point and just say, I'm just gagging.
Even that one.
I really want a coffee.
If that's your favourite point as well.
Coffee.
Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah. I'm dying for a coffee, just dying for a coffee. Like, just tap on a point and just say, really want a coffee, really want a coffee, really want a coffee. If you're tapping on a point and saying a negative thought that you're feeling, you'll get some relief.
It's I actually thought as well, I thought I'd find it funny. I thought I'd be giddy, because I get really giddy about things that I feel silly doing, but I didn't feel silly, which is another thing I think is important for people to know. You get with the fact that you at times might look like a chimp, or you get over it quite and you get into it. I really enjoyed it.
I know you said this before about you do this in the car, Jules. So this is something that people could do, if they're getting that craving for wine and they're wanting to go to the shop and they've drove to the shop, or they're outside the shop. This is something that they could kind of be doing in the car, isn't it? Outside there.
Even in the shopping aisle.
This is a good one. We call this discreet tapping. You just squeeze the end either side of the fingertips like that. Or you can just tap on that point there at work. Like, you can just
like the finger squeezing
under the table. Or just tap one point. But like when I was working in an office, like if I got annoyed about someone in a meeting, I would just sneak into the toilet and just be, you can't stand that. We call it tap and rant. You just tap on the points and just really rant like you're telling your best girlfriend. And you can just do it anywhere. Like, if you're having trouble sleeping, feeling anxious,
laying in bed.
Angry.
I like this one.
I like that
one. Feels really, really nice, and it's something you can kind of just do under that. We could do these on our podcast, Alex.
Yeah, we'll like that.
Absolutely. Awesome. It'll keep you nice and calm.
Oh. I'm honestly, genuinely, I really believed you'd take me to a 3 and then I might have to sort of say, yeah, that's it. I honestly don't want one, even now. I'm fine.
Wonderful.
I'm not going to make one.
We see this stuff happen all the time. Like, I tried to send you a video, I don't think it worked, but of a woman that I did one tapping session with, and she had this massive alcohol history, like she was a proper alcoholic, and she never drank again. It's been a year.
I saw it. I think you did send it.
Oh, you did see it, did you?
Yeah.
It's pretty,
I just
It's
think
not,
that's
it's not the
amazing.
routine thing, but it is possible, you know what I mean? That people can go from being just
pinching
like,
that saying again, no, the thing is not the thing. So that alcohol was not the thing. There was all the backstory as well. So that's why it's really important. Although
and we
once you
did
know
tap on
the
other things that were stressors in her life. Like we did have a couple of sessions on, you know, her husband was annoying her because he was still drinking and her kids in the house were noisy, and we tapped on a few other things.
That's an interesting one.
But it was only really the focus on the actual alcohol and the craving was one session, and the rest were other things. And she was able to she just felt so much better without it.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be interesting when we have our next session for you to get beneath our issues.
Yeah.
They'll be running a mile. They won't want to get beneath our issues. You'll be like, no, we've done that. That's fine. Thank
That's
you.
it. You're not used to coffee. Nobody wants to hear about the trauma. We're off.
We specialise in trauma. We love trauma.
Oh, you'll love us.
Can you just tell people where can they find you? Because obviously you're in Australia, we're in the UK. Is this available to everybody? Are you doing this worldwide?
Well, absolutely, because given COVID, but both Jules and I were operating online prior to that anyway. We both have different businesses, but we do collective work together. So, I mean, do you want us to give you our individual websites?
Yeah, and also we'll put it with the description. So if you send us both your videos and things, and all your social media links, we'll put all them on there as well, so people can find you.
Yeah,
beautiful. So I'm at www.careerscountconsulting.com. And yeah, I can send you some more information, obviously, as you just said.
And you're on Facebook as well. Like, we've just liked your page this morning. We were trying to find you both.
Well, actually, Jules and I, on my Facebook page, and I think Jules probably has a number of them, but we do regular tapping tips on different issues, shared issues that come up for people. So it's just an opportunity to show what it would look like. We both kind of alternate working with each other on troublesome or bothersome issues. We've touched on alcohol a couple of times.
She got rid of my corona cravings that I was having in the first part of COVID. Haven't had a corona since.
Not coronavirus, but corona beer.
Corona beer. Craving the virus.
No. We've done some tapping tips around homeschooling and the stress that has caused many people. So yeah, that's certainly on the Facebook page that we can send through.
And you're on LinkedIn.
And
on there.
LinkedIn,
yeah, on LinkedIn. And my website is called www.tappingwithjules.com. And you can find me on Facebook, just Jules Vandermaat. Tapping with Jules on Instagram as well.
Fantastic!
You're both on Instagram.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you send us your Instagram handles as well, and we'll get some information out there and tag you into the post that we do as well.
Amazing.
Lovely.
What an opportunity. And I guess
much.
if there was a chance to come back to work on another technique within EFT, just to show you dealing with negative emotions, then Jules and I would love that.
Frustration at children, partners, that sort of thing. We love that.
We'd love to. Yeah.
Homeschooling.
We're definitely up for anything else you want to involve us in. It's been great.
Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
See you later.
Thank you. Bye-bye.